Hello and welcome to Twickenham. And there must be something in the water here because we have had back-to-back thrillers. Yesterday it was extra time in the Premiership and we've just had the Bill Beaumont Division 3 final that finished Oxfordshire 29, Sussex 29. Will we have the same thrills in the Bill Beaumont Division 1 final? Lancashire versus Cornwall kick off at 12 o'clock. Starting for Lancashire, Daniel Birchall, Tom Burtonwood and Adam Lewis make up the front row. Robert Burtwell and Rhys Tomlinson in the engine room. Mark Goodman, the captain, Evan Stewart and Tom Ailes in the back row. Sam Stelmacek and Chris Johnson are at half-back. Anthony Bingham on the left wing, Scott Armstrong on the right wing, Lewis Allen at full-back with Scott Rawlings and Chris Breers in the centres. Cornwall on the hunt for a hat-trick of county championship start with Tommy Phillips, Richard Brown, Craig Williams, Tony Whittle and Bryn Jenkins in the tight five. Blindside flanker George Jones, open side Sam Matavesi with Grant Randlesome at number 8. Jack Alton is the scrum half, Joe Elderkin at 10. The captain is at inside centre, it's Jake Murphy with Robin Wedlake outside him. Tom Notman on the left, Seti Ramakita on the right, and Matt Shepherd is the fullback. Plenty of options in the replacements for both teams. 16 Simon Griffith, 17 Rhys Davis, 18 Peter Altham, 19 Jonathan Matthews, 20 Greg Smith, 21 Steve Collins and 22 Connor Wilson for Lancashire. For Cornwall, 16 Matt Ballard, 17 Dan Collier, 23 Barry John Chapman. Andreas Sakaris is at 19, Chris Fuka 20, Jack Simmons 21, David Mankey 22. Well, just over 5 minutes until kickoff then, the Bill Beaumont Division 1 final. Two powerhouses of county rugby going head to head for the third time in 4 seasons. The fourth time in 5, in fact. And there's been at least one of these counties in every final here at Twickenham since 2008. Cornwall looking for the treble. 3 wins on the bounce. In 2015, they beat Lancashire 18-13. Last season, they overcame Cheshire 35-13. Lancashire, however, they've won 5 of the last 9 here at Twickenham. 2 of them against Cornwall. These two teams have met 5 times in the final, the first all the way back in 1969. Lancashire victorious 11-9 on that day. It was another war of attrition in 92. Lancashire prevailing 9-6. Then the fun really started. 2013, Lancashire 35-26. The following year, 36-26. But since then, Cornwall have been dominant in the Bill Beaumont Division 1 final here at Twickenham. 1 win against Lancashire, 1 win against Cheshire. And they're hoping for another victory against Lancashire. To be one of only a few teams who've managed to complete a hat-trick of victories. This set to be an absolute thriller. Do not go anywhere, because Lancashire versus Cornwall is just minutes away. The Cornwall faithful, Trelawney's Army, they're out in force here today. Fantastic turnout for all of their home matches in the county championship. They're averaging over 3,500 at the recreation ground. These two teams, the winners of Division 1 and Division 1 North and Division 1 South respectively. Lancashire finished ahead of Yorkshire, the East Midlands, Cheshire, Northumberland and Eastern Counties. Played 3, won 3. Yorkshire also played 3, won 3. Lancashire's superior points difference and bonus points getting them here. Their points difference 69, Yorkshire's 67, but that one extra try bonus point means they finished on 15 points, booking their place ahead of Yorkshire on 14 points. It was more plain sailing for Cornwall, the only undefeated team in Division 1 South. They also finished on 15 points, 3 matches, 3 wins, 3 try-scoring bonus points. Gloucestershire second, Kent third, Hertfordshire, Surrey and Devon making up the rest of the pack. Has been an incredible weekend for Devon Rugby, however, with Exeter overcoming Wasps and in doing so, securing their first ever Premiership title. It's been a weekend of firsts so far. Exeter's first Premiership, Oxfordshire's first championship here at Twickenham. Will it be Cornwall's first hat-trick? Cornwall in the black and gold hoops make their way out. Lancashire in those tight red and white hoops with the navy shoulders. It is the Bill Beaumont Division 1 final, live from Twickenham. Cornwall versus Lancashire. An impeccably observed silence from the faithful here at Twickenham. The sporting world's response to the tragic events in Manchester have been absolutely fantastic here at Twickenham yesterday and at the FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium. Impeccably observed silences in memory of the tragic goings-on. Referee for this one, Ben Blaine. He's the man in blue, taking control of this, the showpiece event in the county season. The Bill Beaumont Division 1 final. Lancashire attacking the try line to the right of your screens in the first half will get this final underway. Okay. Cornwall, the defending champions, will receive the first kickoff. Chris Johnson from Sale FC gets us underway, kicks deep as well. Matt Shepherd forces the first mistake. Well, we talk about nerves on these occasions. That was an easy catch for Tom Ailes. One that he had plenty of time to gather.
No pre-engage. No pre-engage.
Matt Shepherd. A moment to forget. First set to the match for the Lancashire number 8. He'll have to put that to the back of his mind. Matt Shepherd. Normally a scrum half for Cornwall. Had an incredible match.
Okay, let's go.
2015, where he got a couple of tries. That 18-13 victory.
Just wait.
Yes, sir.
All the way through. All the way out. Crouch! Bind!
Now,
Set!
Jack Alton from Red Roof with the number 9 on his back. Let's have a first look at this scrum. Knowledge from both teams until it creaks as Lancashire look to get the shove on. And look at the celebrations as the shove works. Huge smile on the face there. The scrum half, Sam
Front row standing
Stelmacek.
up.
The Lancashire 8 absolutely delighted with that. The brilliant response from that knock on. Chris Johnson with the touch finder.
Standing up, front row. Take the line.
Yeah. Well taken at the back by Reece Tomlinson. Stelmacek finds Tomlinson. It's his first carry of the match.
Play on.
There's a big foot over there, and Cornwall have turned the ball over, but illegally, says the referee. Tony Whittle. The big
That
lock
through was legal,
forward.
then he knocked it on. Going
Stepped
backwards and
over,
standing up.
but in doing
Maintain
so,
your height.
knocked the ball forward.
You've all stood up. Maintain your. Here we are.
It's an all-red Ruth front row for Cornwall. Tommy Phillips at loose head, Richard Brown hooker, Craig Williams on the tight head side. Two of the Lancashire front row from Fylde, Tom Burtonwood and Adam Lewis.
Boy!
And on the loose side, Daniel Birchall
Okay,
from
pre-engage.
Sale.
Number 2.
Also from Sale, Tom Ailes takes that one quickly. Out the back door from Scott Armstrong, but Mark Goodman has to pick up some pieces. Stelmacek. So another fumble from the number 8, but he manages to get over the gain line this time. Short ball to Goodman, suggestion it was forward, and yes, the referee agrees.
Time off. Head injury.
Apologies
time's off.
if you heard some language there that you may find offensive. Just see a replay of that forward pass. Referee Ben Blaine is mic'd up. And that will pick up absolutely everything out there.
Okay, 5. Yeah, time back on.
Lancashire really fired up here. Desperate to get back on winning ways. The most successful team in the competition's history. By quite some considerable distance as well.
Crouch! Binds!
Consider 4 years without a trophy
Set.
far too long.
Stand up. Sorry, just say again. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Just get yourself a little bit higher.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
Ball a bit higher. A bit higher. Okay. Okay.
The referee happy to let play continue now. Just a little bit of a chat to both packs. Scrum particularly low. Cornwall managing to hold on this time. And there's a little dab into space there. The right winger had come up for Lancashire, and that's gone end over end beautifully into touch. Cornwall. 10 metres from the try line. A line out for Lancashire to defend.
That's your mark. Thank you.
Scott Armstrong had crept up there, leaving that big area for Lewis Allen to defend. Here's Burtonwood then, 5 in the line. Burtwell
Use it!
gathers
Use
the ball.
it! Mo's detached, he's gone back in. Accidental. The Mo had detached and he joined.
Truck and trailer there from Lancashire, so they've coughed up possession in a dangerous area.
Yeah. I didn't know what the number was. I asked you to use it. Watch off, play down. Anyone else need to do their boots?
First real opportunity Cornwall have had.
Okay, watch on.
Let's go.
Well, the referee showing his sense of humour there, because that's 2 scrums we've had to wait for someone to fix their boots. A lot of thinking time out there. These players often like to play on instinct.
Bind!
But the first real opportunity for Cornwall. First real opportunity for either side.
Stand up, please. I need your feet a little bit further forward, and you need to maintain your shape. Stay square. And feet for you.
Yes, sir. Pace.
Seconds.
Choose.
Cornwall. There's nobody on the blind side. Ramakita loitering dangerously behind
Bind.
Joe Elderkin.
Set.
It's Notman hogging the right wing. Now the ball's in. Randlesome goes.
Straight backwards, off red.
But Lancashire have done well. They've turned that over. And they're trying to run it from their own try line as well. But that's been coughed up forward too. Dangerous mistakes here from Lancashire. Inside their own 22, they're going to have to defend
Watch off.
another
5,
scrum.
Change. Yeah. We've got player down for head as well.
Well, they
Callum.
did very well defensively there, Lancashire. Managed to force the turnover.
5's coming now in the
Just
headband.
rushed it. And didn't set the platform. That was a dangerous offload in any part of the field. There's a change for Cornwall. Bryn Jenkins,
Hey.
number 5 from Barnstable.
There you go.
He's going off to receive some medical attention.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
replaced by Dan Collier, second row
Okay, watch
from
on.
Plymouth Albion.
Brendan, happy your side? Yeah, okay. Better. Much better. And again, better.
And this game not being played at a particularly frantic pace at the moment. I think that'll suit Cornwall. Lancashire really fired up for this one. I think the Cornish just trying
Crouch.
to sap some of that nervous energy.
Bind! Set!
Alton again with the put in. Randlesome's going to go again.
Damage penalty.
Dummies this time. He's brought down by Tom Ailes, his opposite number. Alton finds Brown, the hooker. Alton.
Still playing advantage penalty.
All the attackers are right for Cornwall, and now a few players come left. Bang under the sticks, 5 metres out. Approaching 10 minutes here at Twickenham. Tommy Phillips.
No, Mark, go. Hands it on. Nice.
Craig Williams adds his weight, but there are hands on that again from Lancashire. But they're offside.
No, wait, no. Okay, 44.
Cornwall resisting the temptation to go for the posts, but the
Number 3. Collapse.
linesman wanted a word with the referee then. And Cornwall,
Say he was on the arm.
well, they smell
On the
blood
arm,
here.
Down on the arm. All right, driving clear. Stay off his arm. Stay off his arm, Adam. Just stay off his arm.
Refusing to go for the posts.
Timing.
They're trying to
Leave
make
timing
this
right.
pressure
Leave
count.
us.
Line out 5 metres out, goes to the back, and it's gathered well. Lancashire commit numbers, and at least for the time being, the counter drive's working.
Advantage.
But now come Cornwall, ball on the ground. It's Dan Collier, brought down a metre from the line. Excellent tackle there from Birtwell on the scrum half. Phillips, still Phillips.
7, get out! New advantage penalty.
It's too slow for Alton. Having to go digging for it. Brown this time as Cornwall keep it narrow. Now they put some width on it. There's numbers if they can get it there.
Leave.
But the drift defence of Lancashire holds steady for the time being, but the ref brings them back again.
Number 1, collapse them all, then 7.
12 minutes gone.
Team
Cornwall
warning here.
really asking the questions here. So what will be the option this time?
Okay.
Once again, they're going to go for the touchline. Once again, Lancashire are going to have to defend from 5 metres out.
Line. Starting. Wait. You get in quicker and you stay on the mark. Thank you.
Good ball again. Cornwall looking to set up the drive. Lancashire
Tomorrow.
trying to spoil it. But here come Cornwall marching towards the line. The ball's at the back, but Lancashire have recovered again.
Advantage for swimming.
Excellent counter defence from Lancashire, but Yorkshire still going over the line. Can they get the ball down? Yes, they can. George Jones from Penryn gets the opening score of the Division 1 final, and Cornwall lead Lancashire by 5 points to 0.
We got it. We got over the line. Okay, Brendan.
Well, it's been coming for Cornwall. Constantly applying pressure in the Lancashire 22. Lancashire keep conceding the penalties, and they're going to get punished. George Jones, the flanker from Penryn, gets the opening try after 14 minutes here. Finally, the Lancashire defence is broken down, and Matt Shepherd has the opportunity to make it 7. And Shepherd's hit the post. A good strike from the Plymouth fullback. Let's take another look at this try. Well gathered there by Tony Whittle. Works his way to the back of the ruck, safely in the hands of George Jones. Lancashire tried and tried and tried to spoil, but Cornwall kept coming, kept coming. And eventually it was set up by Collier and Williams. Phillips added his weight,
They'll tell you.
and George Jones got the try.
Don't let him close the gap though.
So after a bit of kick tennis following the kick-off, Lancashire have the chance to come again. Scott Rawlins having to put the brakes on there in the middle of the park. Gets the ball away. Johnson finds Rawlings again. The big Sale FC inside centre gets up to the 10-metre line.
Vantage knock on. Vantage over. Yeah, it's out off red. Out off red, so it's a back line out. Take the line. Evan, they'll tell you.
Rawlings there,
Yeah, it's all right.
taking Whipple, Matavesi to ground with him, but
Okay, let's go.
another pass, a little bit hard, a little bit flat. And another handling error from Lancashire. Good ball off the top from Whittle. That was the captain, Jake Murphy, taking Cornwall up over halfway. Oh, massive handoff. Huge there from Cornwall, as it's Birchall on Phillips. It's been coughed up though. Perhaps the chance for a counter-attack then for Lancashire. Goodman. Johnson trying to kick for territory, but that's been well gathered by Shepherd, who chips over the top. Could he get a bounce here? Yes, he can. And it's a lovely pass to the winger, Ramakita, who just tiptoes into touch.
Stay away. Okay, serious injury, yeah?
Let's have another look at this
Okay,
handoff.
time off.
Monstrous strength
Yeah,
there
time's
off the
off.
right hand. Matavesi,
No, time's off,
the
gents.
open side
Serious
flanker
injury.
from Camborne and the Royal Navy.
If you survive like that, I'll reward you, obviously. Okay, the first one for me, he got a good clear out on you.
Two Royal Navy representatives in this Cornwall 15. Seti Ramakita, the left winger, who just ran into touch.
Cheers. All right. Okay.
Let's take another look at this. A massive handoff from Matavesi. Gets them up to the 10-metre line. It's a quick ball from Alton. Tommy Phillips. He's had a busy opening 18 minutes. Lots of carries from the Red Ruth second
As
rower.
we said, just about down there.
And
Got to
Lancashire
improve.
just managing to turn it over. It was Mark Goodman who took it in.
Okay, we're good.
But every time they look to go through the phases, just let themselves down with a handling error.
Okay, Black. Watch on.
And the kick from Johnson didn't ask enough questions of Shepherd. Ball to the back of the line this time. It's Evan Stewart, the captain. Reece Tomlinson.
No clear release.
The penalty to Lancashire as we approach the halfway point of the first half. A chance for Chris Johnson to clear to touch.
Yeah, his knee was off. Edge of the white. Edge of the white. 2, 2, 2. In the 15, please.
Numbers!
Well, it's a nice run on the right-hand side from Scott Armstrong. 3 tries already in the competition. Lancashire putting some width on it, something that Cornwall have been reluctant to do so far, as Burtonwood finds Bingham. A little chip over the top from him. Was he taken out? No, says the referee. Jack Alton can eventually put his right boot to ball. Tom Burtonwood put him under pressure, but not enough to stop him making the clearance.
Oh, Mark, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to talk you from the back all the time.
Well, first venture into
Okay,
this
guys, let's
part of
go.
the field for Lancashire, as the clock ticks over 20 minutes. Tom Burtonwood, the filed hooker. It's been pretty accurate so far. And as I say that, lo and behold, Cornwall managed to spoil the line out.
Yeah, just play on for me.
Alton with the box kick for Ramakita to chase. And he makes a good tackle too, and it's a loose pass. Who's going to get there first? Still scrappy, and it's come back to Jake Murphy, the captain. It's back to Zacharis, the substitute.
Knock on in
The
the
referee
tackle.
spotted a knock on
Knock on
there.
in the tackle.
Just broke up temporarily for both sides. Ramakita with the chase.
No,
Forced the loose pass, then all of a sudden there was a bit of carnage in midfield. Murphy was the first to react, got the offload away to Matavesi. Then Lancashire just about recovered. Big, strong Scott Rawlings just forced the ball loose. Tony Whittle knocked the ball forward.
Binds!
Still just that Jones score separating the sides. Scrappy from the base of the scrum, but Rawlings once again has the duty of carrying.
That's a tackle only.
Bingham straight into touch.
That's you. Two. Stay out the gap. Stay out the gap there on the line. Are we all in?
Once again, quite a deliberate slowing down of the play from the Cornwall line-out. Just a consultation before taking their position, and Matavesi with clean ball at the back. And here they come, putting width on it now. Good line from Matt Shepherd. He's brought down just inside the Lancashire half, but he's held on to it.
Come here. No. Watch off. Watch off. Here. We said inside.
Lancashire
We're not
did
going to have
well
people
to hold their
appearing.
line there, as
All right.
Cornwall, for the
So,
first time in the match,
no
really
more.
looking to put some width on it. Ben Blaine
Hold
letting
on.
the players know that he doesn't want any handbags. And Johnson finds a good touch into the second quarter of this Bill Beaumont Division 1 final.
Thank you.
Cornwall in the hunt for the treble. Managed to apply some pressure and get the score in the Lancashire 22. And once again, Lancashire have coughed up possession when they've had a line out in a good position. Excellent hands from the two back rowers. But the ball's gone forward again. Cornwall just a little bit too eager, and they've handed the initiative back to Lancashire.
There it is.
Stelmacek finds Johnson.
Don't play him.
Bounce out, bounce out.
Bingham just loses his footing over on the left-hand side.
Wait.
Johnson has to run it himself this time. Tomlinson, a little bit of space to run into, gets the offload away. Adam Lewis puts the hands on it now. Tom Ailes into the 22. He's brought down by Shepherd. Once again, Birtwell, recently been selected for England Counties, the big second rower. They're taught to Spain. Here comes Chris Briers, ball's gone loose. And Dan Collier's the first to react.
No!
Some big collisions going in out there now.
Always inside.
Not the cleanest of strikes from Jake Murphy off the left boot. There's a Cornwall player down as well.
Is he injured? Watch off. I can't play on because of where he is, because you might go.
So 3 players on the pitch currently have been selected for that forthcoming England Counties Tour of Spain. Robert Birtwell, the second row for Lancashire. Wedlake from Plymouth Albion, the outside centre for Cornwall, and Matt Shepherd at fullback. In fact, Matt Shepherd nearly didn't make the tour at all.
Cheers.
As he went to find his passport, as so many of us have to, when we realise we're going abroad. The tour, of course, to Spain.
Yeah, just make
And
sure
he
if you're
left it lying
competing
around,
on defence that you go on
And
to
his
the ball,
dog,
not
Mr.
beyond.
Boots, chewed it to pieces. That has been very much a hit on the Cornwall Rugby social media. And I'm
Time
sure
on.
they've all had a lot of fun at his expense. Alas,
As you
it's
are.
been replaced, and Matt Shepherd will be joining Robin Wedlake, Robert Birtwell, and the rest
Okay,
of
you
the England Counties on their tour of Spain. "15 minutes of the first half to go. Lancashire enjoying some territory.
Playing advantage penalty.
They've got an advantage coming as well.
Advantage penalty.
Quicker hands in midfield, and Lewis Allen can have a run. He's got Bingham outside him. Will he need him? Takes 3 to bring him down, 10 metres from the line, but Cornwall run it into touch.
Wasn't knocked on.
Few
in
of the
tackle.
defenders asking questions there, like how was he allowed to
It
get
was
through?
knocked on in the
The
tackle.
Preston
By red.
Grasshoppers fullback.
Okay.
Incisive
No,
run
that's
from
spot
him.
Was knocked on, but not into touch, so it's a scrum in field.
But the ball went forward, and Cornwall will have the put in at the scrum.
Through the middle, not up the side.
Once again, a handling error letting Lancashire down, but this is more promising for them.
Just hit, right on the edge of the...
Go! Let's have you, Danny! Go, Danny! Seconds!
The first time Cornwall have been
Crouch!
asked any questions.
Bind! Set!
In this Division 1 final. The scrum goes down
Stand up.
again.
Both of you need to
got the
scrummage
upper
on the
hand
mark.
in the opening exchanges.
Yeah. So you hold your weight and you scrummage on the mark. You know what I mean?
Seconds. 2 seconds away, sir.
Set!
Cornwall have another go.
9 not passed.
Better this time. Now Makita runs it in. Matt Shepherd is the preferred boot at first receiver. Better catch this time, and Allen finds Scott Armstrong. 3 tries in the competition already for the Fylde winger. Birtwell crashes forward. Tom Ailes shows and goes in the midfield.
Leave flat, off feet. Yeah, don't shout at me.
Bingham tries to wriggle through, but he's shut down. And Cornwall force the penalty.
Seven's always legal on the steal, one's never rolled away.
It's all a bit congested from Lancashire, not a lot of direction.
As you are. Option. Post.
And after coming under a bit of pressure inside their own 22, Cornwall have the opposition to turn the screw themselves. And they've changed direction here. Robin Wedlake thought for a second like he was going to be on the end of a chip. Let's take another look at this.
Yes.
Yeah, the Cornwall pack working really well there. The referee telling the Lancashire players exactly what he wanted them to do.
All in.
Unfortunately for them, they didn't listen, and now they're back inside their own 22. Similar position from where it began in the first half. Once again, Lancashire's counter-driving, forcing Cornwall back outside the 22, but here come the black and golds, marching to 10 metres out.
Still moving.
Still moving for Cornwall.
Vantage.
But now it has gone to ground. Alton's in there. Finds Matavesi. Brought down 5 metres from the line. Referee going for his pocket here. And it's Tom Ailes.
Changing behind. Illegal entry.
He's given his marching orders, so Lancashire will play
8, change behind.
the remainder of this
Illegal
half
entry.
with 14 men deep inside their own 22.
Okay, on the line.
Well,
Just
now
keep your timing
can
good.
Cornwall capitalise? Once
Maintain your
again, they
legal
plug
setup.
away at that left corner.
Maintain your setup.
This the position that led to the George Jones try. Phase 1 complete.
Use it!
Well, Lancashire. Smart play from them, not contesting at the line out. So as Cornwall formed the ruck, they were offside. Lancashire very nearly blew it as well as a player comes flying in at the side. But the referee, eagle-eyed.
Maintain space. Yeah, just keep a little bit more.
That plenty of sides have tried over the past 12 months or so, made famous, of course, by Italy
Crouch!
in the Six Nations.
Bind! Set!
Trelawney's Army were up on their feet. They thought they'd got the try.
Loose head, not square stationary.
A free kick. Evan Stewart filling in at number 8 goes quickly. He's brought down. Stewart, captain of this team, former Loughborough student. Loughborough, of course, playing their trade in National 1 these days. Matt Shepherd with time and space to run into, passes it off the left hand to Notman, who gets round 1, then 2. There's an advantage coming as well.
Are we talking penalty only? High tackle. No, wait.
High tackle on Notman.
Just on the shoulder, Simon.
Let's take another look at this. Step off the left, then the right. And it was Chris Breers making his way
Option.
back. He went a little bit too
Okay,
high.
Time's on.
Not
Gents,
too
time's on.
dangerous. But the referee in a good position, and the
Time's
letter of the
on.
law
Keep
states
it going.
penalty. And they're going to go for the posts.
Felmers, it's not a stoppage.
The trusty boot of Matt Shepherd. There's the record for the most conversions in
Felmers,
one match in
it's
this
not
season's
stoppage.
Bill Beaumont
It's not a stoppage.
County Championship. Popped 5 over against Hertfordshire. And now has the opportunity to open his account today. After hitting the post with the conversion from George Jones's try. He likes it, so do the crowd, and the flags go up. Cornwall lead Lancashire by 8 points to 0. Just under 6 minutes of the first half to go then, and that's gathered well by Grant Randlesome, the Penryn number 8. Gets Cornwall going again towards the end of this first half. Up goes the box kick for Notman to chase.
Vantage knock on. Knock on into touch.
Another knock on from Lancashire.
Knock on into touch. Sorry?
In the touch there.
Jack
So it's not a
Alton
knock
just
on.
taking
Tell
a
me-
step back,
Okay.
give
It's a
himself some
line-up.
room there. It was Stewart who went up,
On the-
unable to gather that. Frustrating for him.
Full line. We're one short.
Oh, that's well gathered at the second or third attempt there by Cornwall at the line out.
Yeah, seen it.
Or is it? No, says the referee. That one's
See
gone
if there's
forward.
anything coming. Felmers, just at the kick-off, work a little bit harder to get behind the ball, please. Right.
Bit of a consultation there between the Lancashire forwards. Of course, they're one man light in this scrum. So they're packing down
Crouch!
without an open side flanker.
Bind! Set!
Expect this one from Sam Stelmacek to zip pretty quickly out the back of this scrum. Oh, but
Yeah.
Cornwall pushing too quickly.
Okay.
Silly from them with a man advantage. And they've conceded the penalty.
Free. Ride them across.
Yes or no? Sir.
Kick at goal.
And they're going to have a pop at goal here. This will be no mean feat. It's bang in between the 5 and the 15-metre line. And at that angle, you won't get much change out of 50 metres here. Big swing of the right boot. Has it got the legs? Oh, it's off the stanchion of post and crossbar. Gave it a good go, but Lancashire still yet to get off the mark. Scott Rawlings, the big 12, gets driven backwards but gets it away to Breers. Finds Birtwell. Really has been busy carrying from second row in these opening 37 minutes. Black pass from Johnson. Not forward, says the referee, Rhys Tomlinson. Adam Lewis gets away from some would-be tacklers. Sets up the quick ball, another flat pass. Mark Goodman can make some yards inside to Stewart.
Release!
Dan Collier for Cornwall. Halts Lancashire for now, but they've got another penalty. Sam Stelmachek has stayed down there.
Okay, release,
On come the
17.
medical staff.
Option?
2 minutes till half time, 2 minutes left on the yellow card.
Yeah.
Lancashire have done well since Tom Ailes sent to the bin, conceding just 3 points.
Right.
They've got the opportunity here to really turn this final on its head
Change
before
break.
half time. They've chipped to the corner. Not as much on it as they'd have liked, but 10 metres
Thanks, Callum.
and 15 Cornishmen stand between Lancashire and getting some points on the board. Bryn Jenkins gets back on the pitch. He's going to temporarily replace Tony Whittle. And the line-out goes up. Cornwall straight in there to spoil the drive, but it's at the back with Adam Lewis. Scott Rawlings. Lewis again. Stelmachek back on his feet, finds Birtwell.
Advantage.
Cornish
on
player
the wrong side.
offside there, advantage coming from the referee. So Chris Johnson's got a free go at it here. Shepherd does well to gather, but they'll go back for the penalty advantage.
Okay, sorry, on here.
How close is that?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they've gone quickly. They've refused the 3 points, so Burtonwood gets the offload away, finds Breers. Cornwall are flat-footed there. They've managed to get their wits about them. The clock now red. This will be the last play of the half. Can Lancashire get over the whitewash? It would be huge for both teams. Firstly, if Cornwall can defend this, but if Lancashire can close the gap, but they've held on to the ball. Evan Stewart incredulous with the referee, but Cornwall have withstood the onslaught, and they'll go into half-time with an 8-point gap. Reece Tomlinson not happy with Sam Matavesi there. Pointed the finger at him. And the referee's whistle goes. Half-time here in the Bill Beaumont Division 1 final. Lancashire 0, Cornwall 8. Well, neither team has really set Twickenham alight, but it's been the battle that we expected. Scoring opportunities have been scarce, defences have been on top.
So it's on their put in, you need to hit, need to hold, be a bit more patient.
But Cornwall have their noses in front. The opportunity to win 3 back-to-back Bill Beaumont Division 1 titles for the first time in their history. Lancashire still looking to extend their run as the most successful team in the competition, but they've got plenty of work to do. Half-time here at Twickenham. Lancashire 0, Cornwall 8. Cornwall 8, Lancashire 0. Cornwall in search of their hat-trick, Lancashire in search of an unprecedented 24th Bill Beaumont County Championship title. The most successful team in the history of this competition will have to come from behind if they're to add to their illustrious history. But Lancashire putting some width on it straight away, some good pace from the fullback. Trying to release Bingham, who has to tidy up in the first minute, this second half. Still awaiting Tom Ailes to make his way back onto the field of play, but he's patiently waiting over on the far side for the referee to welcome him back to proceedings. Massive tackle. Tom Burtonwood has to deal with a huge right shoulder. No mercy out there from either team in the first half. It was a brutal collision. And that's a loose pass, straight into touch. Well, let's take another look at that then. Confident start from Lancashire. Trying to move it out to the right-hand side. Gets into the hooker's hands, but watch this. Massive hit from Tony Whittle. The Camborne lock forward. Taking no prisoners out there. Trelawney's Army certainly enjoyed that. Dan Collier, the replacement second row.
When it becomes a theme, I don't think it is.
Yeah, but
Huge ball carrier. Plays his club rugby at Plymouth Albion. Alongside Robin Wedlake, Matt Shepherd.
let's get in then. Let's go. Let's go.
And Seti Ramakita. Plenty of excitement in that backline week in, week out. It's not that clean, but comes back Plymouth's way. Matavesi. Been relatively quiet as the Royal Navy man. A lot of expectation on him. 3 tries in the competition so far as the ball spills forward and Lancashire can come away with it. Scott Armstrong.
That's a tackle only.
Oh, lovely offload off the top. Has that gone forward? Yep, says the referee. He was in a good position. A little bit too cute from Lancashire. Okay. They've started this second half with a little bit more impetus. Keep an eye on this from Tom Ailes after coming back on. Just goes himself, gets a lovely offload away.
Change.
But Lewis Allen just a bit too keen to release the ball. Stelmacek, a yard in front.
Yeah.
A few more bodies starting to arrive in Twickenham now for the England Barbarians game. It's kicking off a little bit later on.
Marky, massive call, ready.
That's not a bad day out, is it? The Bill Beaumont County final, followed by the exhibition match here at HQ.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Jack Alton gets the ball in. Real pressure on that scrum from Lancashire, but Matavesi manages to get his hands on it before Randallson takes it to ground. 4 minutes of the second half gone.
They're all bound on, so
Alton with the box kick. Good take over the shoulder from Armstrong. Didn't have his feet in the best position, so recovered well. Breers leaves Steve Collins a little bit short there. Well, Steve Collins, another former Loughborough Students player, been on the winning side here for a Loughborough team. Against what was then Uwick.
Piggy, I need the call.
Lifted the Booster Trophy.
Snap, everyone. Squeeze on the snap.
And he's been on the winning and the losing sides here in Lancashire colours.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
A versatile half-back, slotting in at scrum half for the time being. And here come Cornwall. Dummy from the outside half, Elderkin.
That's a tackle, leave it, Red. Thank you.
Matavesi.
Leave.
Jake Murphy. Is that forward? Yes, it is, and it's knocked on too. Opportunity was there. Wesley
Was it knocked on into touch?
knocking on the door on the left-hand side. But too much on the pass. And he couldn't keep hold of it anyway. Let off for Lancashire.
Forward pass. Scrum. 17, please. 17. Change.
Dan Collier is going to take a breather for Cornwall.
Yes.
Just come this side, Steve.
Goes his scrum, boy. Tighter.
Crouch!
So they're back to their starting second row.
Bind!
Whittle and Jenkins.
Hold. Ah, no.
Use it!
Rawlings gets put into touch. It's a preset plan to go blind for the big man.
Okay. Watch off. 1, 3 and 5. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3 and 5. Number 6, black, please. Change.
As Lancashire ring the changes in the pack. The two props in the second
Number
row are
6.
Birchall, Lewis, Tomlinson. Are all going to go off. As is George Jones
That's
from
time.
Cornwall.
Okay, time on.
Simon Griffiths for Lancashire. With the curly hair, he's the replacement prop. Cornwall managed to keep the ball in play. Ramakita trying to find Brown. And again, that one's gone forward. A little bit lateral from Cornwall at the moment. Credit must go to Lancashire's defence. They're lifting well, applying pressure.
I can do that. Look.
Timing. Yeah, I'm here.
Lancashire playing in their 34th county
You don't need to change
championship final.
anything.
No, I'm just going to pull on his shorts. Just so you know what
Phenomenal achievement. Cornwall, no mugs themselves. This is their 14th.
Just pull through and weave it for me. Weave it. Thank you. That's okay. Okay. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Lancashire have the better of the head-to-head meetings in finals. They've won 4 of the 5. However, Cornwall have won most recently as Ailes breaks from the scrum.
Push, go in front, push. Keep going.
Birtwell.
Keep going, Sete.
Simon Griffiths, the prop from Fylde. He's only just come on the field of play.
Backwards off red.
Ball bundled into touch over on the far side.
Yeah, so knock on in the field and then backwards off red. Red scrum. Red scrum. Pardon?
Barry John
Okay,
Chapman
come
there
to
with
your
his
side
hands on
now.
his hips, running number
It's a
23.
red scrum. It was knocked on in field.
Another of the Red Ruth contingent. Experienced campaigner for the county.
No.
I thought they're not done.
Try scorer himself in Cornwall's opening victory that set them
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the road to Twickenham.
Cheese, hey. Two. Pull his shorts, Marky.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Hold.
He's now packing down at 8 and really adding his weight to this scrum as well.
Down.
That one's
Ball was
gone
away
down,
from
but
me,
not
Brent.
before Lancashire get it away. Bit more zip on this from Lancashire, and they get the ball away to Bingham on the left-hand side. It's going to be a race for the line, and he's going to get there. What a finish from Anthony Bingham. The filed left winger had it all to do once the ball was worked to the left. Managed to get the better of two defenders, and after 50 minutes, it's Lancashire 5,
Steve.
Cornwall 8.
Steve. Oh, manage it.
Well, Rawlings got round two defenders. Got the ball to Bingham. Quicker than Shepherd.
Yeah.
Quicker than Notman. Real strength and speed. And
Yeah.
That's an excellent finish from the filed flyer. Game on.
Loose head. Aye, okay. Cheers. Cheers.
Well, Chris Johnson hit the stanchion of post and crossbar with his last attempt. This is a tough one, but we're going to get a great view of it. It's the right line. And it's the right length, a brilliant conversion from the Lancashire outside half. Well, it was Scott Armstrong actually with the assist, but look at this pace here. Bingham did so well to stay in field, then almost used the momentum of the Cornwall defenders to gather him, carry him over the line. Lancashire 7, Cornwall 6. And once again, we have a final on our hands. Oh, once again, Lancashire using the strength of Armstrong. And a chip into space from Collins, smart kicking. And Shepherd
Touchdown. 22.
just about gets that one down. Nervy moments for the fullback. Let's take another look at this. Collins had his eyes on exactly what he wanted to do before he did it. Just rolled it towards the touchline. That one's gone forward again. Just while we were watching the replay, it was Tom Ailes unable to get down. To be fair, he's a tall man, it's a long way down. See a replay of this. Straight from the kickoff.
Maintain
Ailes,
your You must be going forward.
Yeah, I heard it.
two important knock-ons now.
Keep your height.
Pull his shorts, Mikey.
Seconds.
Cheese.
How to Cornwall respond.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Hold. And no!
Steadier scrum from Cornwall this time. Shepherd puts a big boot on that. It's
That's
gathered
very
well
back.
by the fullback, Allen. He chips into space this time, but Shepherd's there. Apologies, it was Alton who took the catch. Jake Murphy. Alton finds Bryn Jenkins.
Leave red off feet! No!
Little nudge through this time. It's a good kick. Ramakita gave chase, as did Chapman. But the touchline beat them both, and
Take the
Lancashire
line.
have it all to do again in defence.
Pressure.
Step out.
Left in city.
Thanks, Simon.
Well, Cornwall trying to spoil that one. Tony Whittle was in there, but it was well gathered. We approached 15 minutes of the second half gone. Scott Rawlings getting the offload away to Stewart, who now gets it away to Bingham, who can stretch his legs up over the halfway line. Well, given space, he's so difficult to bring down. And Lancashire back on the front foot here. Birtwell. Lovely ball to the right-hand side now. Scott Armstrong.
Knock on, Black 7.
Well, a knock on from Cornwall.
Okay, time off. Got to play it down. Number off.
And Lancashire really threatening to come alive here at Twickenham. All started with Rawlings busting a tackle in the 22 and releasing Bingham, the try scorer. Let's take another look at this. They were under immense pressure. Looked a little bit scrappy 5 metres out.
Time still off.
And here comes Rawlings round the outside, gets through the tackle of Zacharis. He'll be disappointed with that. Stewart offers support, as all good open sides do. And then Bingham was on the shoulder to make 40 or 50 metres.
Watch on.
Every scrum matters, let's go.
Crow!
Well, 60 minutes of the second half gone.
Bind!
In the sunshine here at Twickenham.
Keep off him. Kick him.
Collins finds Johnson. Now all of a sudden Lancashire wanted to put width on it at every opportunity.
That's a tackle only.
Armstrong was in off his ring again there as Collins runs into Matavesi. Manages to get to the next breakdown.
Get up! Get up!
That's a tackle only.
Rawlings again, gets the offload away to Armstrong, manages to find the hooker Burton Wood, who puts Lancashire into the lead for the first time in the match. It was as slick as you like from Lancashire. Dummy runners fixing defenders. They were big men in the midfield for Cornwall. And Lancashire were able to take advantage. Scott Rawlings finding Scott Armstrong. And Tom Burtonwood was there waiting for the glory pass. Still had a bit of work to do. But the filed hooker gets over the whitewash for Lancashire's second try. And they lead for the first time, 12 points to 8. Chris Johnson. He's already got one from the touchline.
Yeah, okay, cheers.
Howley-Fair from the other side.
Cheers, Brendan.
The crowd like it, but it just drifts across the face. Let's take another look at this then, using the full width of this glorious Twickenham pitch. All of the backs involved here. And that was the move that made it. Scott Rawlings drawing two defenders and managing to get the hands free. Armstrong with the support line. And Lancashire look a different team to the one that was out in the first half. Full of running, and it could open up again here, and it does. Up over the halfway line for Chris Johnson.
4 back, pull back off the ball. Number 4. Just there.
And they've won the penalty as well.
Pull back.
Cornwall very much on the ropes here. They look tired. They're dropping off tackles. And Lancashire are absolutely basking in it.
Yeah. On the line. Timing. 2.
Back into the 22. Ball gone forward there though. Brief respite for Cornwall as we approach the final 20 minutes here. What a battle this is between these two teams.
We're outside.
Not just today, but over the past half a decade. They've produced some real spectacles here at Twickenham.
Crouch! Bind!
And this one
Set!
looks like it's going to be as tense as any of them. Last time they met was in 2015. Cornwall the victors, 18-15, as Lancashire turned the screw in the scrum once again. Barry John Chapman taking matters into his own hands.
Take him back inside.
Lancashire still very quick with a defensive lift, and Lewis Allen can gather that before finding Scott Armstrong. He tries to put his foot on the gas again, just loses his footing as he goes into the tackle. Oh, that was close. So nearly
Knock on only.
a game changer there.
Yeah.
Tom Notman has been relatively quiet as the right winger, but managed to get hands on that pass, but couldn't quite make it stick. Well, what a way that would have been for Cornwall to get back into this match. Evan Stewart receiving some medical attention. Let's take another look at this. Lancashire looking to put width on it at every opportunity. Perhaps the pass wasn't there. I mean, Chris Johnson would have said he had it covered, but had that ball stuck with Notman, then Cornwall could very much find themselves back in the lead. Into the final quarter, still anyone's final here in the Bill Beaumont Division 1.
It is, yeah, it's just accidental.
Cornwall yet to score in the second half. They led at half-time 8-0 thanks to the George Jones try and the Shepherd penalty. In the second half, very much belonged to Lancashire. Bingham and Burtonwood, the try scorers, both Fylde players. Nine representatives from Fylde
Crouch!
in this Lancashire side.
Bind! Set!
We're back underway. Lancashire gaining a few metres with the scrum before Tom Ailes picks and goes. Makes his way to just up over the halfway line. Change of tact as Johnson puts boot to ball and turns Matt Shepherd, who's a little bit isolated.
Keep an eye.
And finds a really good touch.
Take the line.
More changes for Cornwall. Joe Elderkin, the Redruth outside half. Here's Just going to take a break for the final 17 minutes.
On the line.
Once again, apologies if you heard some untoward language, as that's a great view of that Lancashire line-out. And it's opened up once again. Scott Armstrong. So difficult to bring down, powerful runner. Back into the 22 now for Lancashire. The sun beams down here on Twickenham. Lancashire looking to make things happen. Tom Burtonwood, the try-scoring hooker, takes his team to within 6 metres. Matavesi's got hands on that, but not quite enough. Burtonwood again goes up the blind side. Notman has to make the tackle. 3 metres short now.
Release block.
Simon Griffiths runs into trouble. It's all slowed down a bit, and that'll suit Cornwall, but Lancashire still in possession. Collins commanding the troops. 2 metres short now.
Use it.
Lancashire looking to set up the drive. Cornwall flying off the line to slow it down. Now it could be on. Plenty of space, and Lancashire must score, and they will. Scott Armstrong gets his 4th try of the county competition, and Lancashire in charge here in this Bill Beaumont final. They look a different team to the one that came out here in the first half, and they lead Cornwall by 17 points to 8. They built slowly, but when they put width on it, Cornwall desperately short of numbers. Ramakita came running off his wing to try and snuff out the danger, but Lancashire got the ball away. Relatively easy finish for Armstrong. But he deserves that. He's been one of the outstanding players out there today.
Yeah, I'm going off that.
Johnson from Sale FC. Again, it's got the legs. And this time, it's got the line too. Lancashire 19 and Cornwall 8. Well, Cornwall just can't handle when Lancashire put width on it. More pace and more precision. And they lead by 11 points going into the final quarter. Well, one thing Lancashire have done well is managed to stifle the attacking threats from Cornwall. Plenty of tries in the team. Going into today, Matavesi had 3 tries, Notman 3 tries, Wedlake 3 tries.
4 black. 4. Change.
As they make another change, the black and golds. Tony Whittle, the Camborne second rower.
Watch on.
He's going to take a breather. Chris Fuka, wearing number 20, is on, and he's straight in on the action. That's David Mankey. He's the substitute outside half. 28 points in the competition so far, as Jack Alton has a little dart himself. BJ Chapman. Well, Cornwall have responded well. They've not spent a lot of time here in the second half. Matavesi. There are hands on it from Lancashire, and they've turned the ball over. It was Matt Ballard. Sorry, Simon Griffiths with the good work as Cornwall, well, they'll get away with it there, but Lancashire once again making 40 easy metres. It's a few times in this half they've turned the ball over on the, pretty much on the try line. Just strolled up the pitch.
Yeah. Pass the ball, 15. Okay. Whose line out we got here? Black line out. As you are. Okay.
Under 12 minutes for Cornwall to find something. Under 12 minutes
Come on.
between Lancashire
That's
and a
right.
record
That's
24th county championship. Mankey. Ramakita. Oh, Matavesi, he's coughed that up, so it's back with Lancashire inside the Cornwall half. Tom Ailes coughs it up again.
That's about 5 minutes, I think, anyway.
Okay, if we're playing to 70. Knocked on from Black 7.
But we'll go back for the original knock-on, which was off Matavesi.
Black 7 knock on.
It's had quite a quiet afternoon as the Cornwall open side. A lot of expectation on his shoulders going into today.
Pressure, boys!
Crouch! Bind! Stand up, gents. Right. Yeah, I know you're both tired and
The
leaning
referee
on
just
easier,
calling
but
them
you've
up.
gotta
There's
keep
some tired
spacing.
bodies out
Gotta
there
be
as we
easy, you're all right,
make our way into the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, spacing. Crouch! Bind! Set! Keep off him.
Still not settled, and Collins can eventually get the ball in. And this is a good scrum from Lancashire.
One, out and around. Loose head.
And they win the penalty.
Keep going.
Tommy Phillips for Cornwall. Just struggling in the heat of that scrum. And one of the things that Lancashire have done particularly well is quietened this travelling crowd from Cornwall. Everywhere I look around Twickenham, see black and gold jerseys.
That is the right time, okay? That is the
Chance
right
to
time.
extend the lead for Chris
Unless the
Johnson.
timekeeper's got it wrong.
Chance goes, but with 8 minutes to go, Cornwall still need 2 scores. And if either team looks likely, it's the team in red and white. Scott Rawlings. Once again, the all-action inside centre. Takes it in, and Lancashire come again. Griffiths. Oh, lovely stuff from Lancashire again. The ball just going to ground off the hand of Rawlings, but they're really trying all the tricks. Been a fantastic second half for Lancashire. All 19 of their points coming since the break. Brilliant first try from Bingham is what got them going. I think that's what gave them the belief, something that certainly looked lacking in the opening stanza. As for Cornwall, despite scoring the try, they've never really got out of the traps.
Offside, off his knee, play by the man in front.
And once again, they've conceded
Off his knee, and play by the man in
possession.
front.
And Johnson, who's controlled the game particularly well
Black
from
on
10.
The line. On the line.
Nothing too flashy,
the line,
but he's
fellas.
put them in good areas.
On the line, gents. Cheers.
And now, with the clock and the scoreboard on their side, Lancashire have a line out on the Cornwall 5-metre line.
Yeah, just get him on you. That's fine. Advantage knock on. Let it come! There it is. Wait.
So Cornwall have turned this over.
Advantage
They've gone
over.
for the box kick, but only as far as Armstrong finds Lewis Allen. The fullback stumbles to the ground. Not under any pressure, so he presents the ball to Bingham. Scott Rawlings. Once again at the right-hand side. Lancashire work it inside the final 5 minutes. Lancashire with complete control of this game, at least at the moment. Rawlings. Just a jog back in field. It's slow defensive lift from Cornwall though. Collins has a little go himself, rolls inside 2 tackles before being brought down 20 metres from the try line in front of the sticks. Johnson finds Ailes. Johnson again. That's Altham. Simon Griffiths. He's had an impact on this game since coming on. Lancashire looking for the icing on the cake as Bingham has to get in there to add weight. Penalty to Cornwall. So with a few minutes to go,
Leave it!
let's talk about man of the match.
Come on. No.
I think the contender has to come from Lancashire,
You've got the penalty.
and there are plenty of people to choose from. Chris Johnson's worked hard to march his troops around the field of play since coming on. Steve Collins has made a massive difference. Of course, Scott Rawlings has made a lot of carries, but my man of the match, he's got a try that's made him the top scorer in the competition. He's looked for work throughout the match. He's come in field, and he really has been the standout player, in my opinion, for Lancashire, and that's number 14, Scott Armstrong, the right winger. He's my Bill Beaumont final man of the match. Still plenty of rugby to be played though. Lancashire not content with an 11-point scoreline. Another chip into the corner from Rawlings. They're playing the possession game beautifully. Game management has definitely been the difference here.
That's it. Time off. Time off. 10 and 14, yeah?
2 minutes left, come on.
Time off. Time off. 10, 13, 10 and 13.
2.5 minutes to go on our clock then. The set piece really has been slow, but Lancashire emptying the bench.
Time on.
The line out finally comes in.
That was a legal sack on the jumper.
Connor Wilkinson.
That's collapsed illegally. Penalty advantage.
And Greg Smith now on the field of play for Lancashire, taking their place in the back line. Cornwall still trying to run it. If there's one thing that is running, it's the clock. The referee's going to take him back.
Okay, buddy.
And there is the player of the match, Scott Armstrong,
19.
jogging back into position. 4 tries for him, a brilliant county championship, and that try today, not just the try, but just generally his work around the field. Coming in off his wing, popping up on the left, making breaks when his team are under pressure.
Collapsing them all. First one was legal. Second one. 5. Okay, we're coming now.
Well-deserved award in what's looking like a record 24th county championship victory for Lancashire. That one's gone forward.
Offside.
Boost ring around there for Simon Griffiths. All action prop forward.
Moving it on 10 because he's kicked the ball away. The penalty was for offside, not a deliberate knock on. Offside. No.
Chance of off, which I suggest have fallen on deaf ears. Final 30 seconds then. Can Cornwall finish with a flourish?
Yes.
They need 2 scores, and there's under a minute left on the clock, so really they need one now. And then to keep the ball alive from the restart. Well, they've got the ball from the line out. That's a good start. Mankey. One last test here then for the Lancashire defence. Cornwall, 8 metres from the line. That's good quick ball. Here's Matavesi. BJ Chapman. Still 6 metres short, Cornwall. 10 seconds of normal time remain. But Lancashire have won the penalty. Cornwall holding on, and surely that'll be it. The embraces have already begun. The clock's gone red.
That's time, is it, Nick?
And this should be the final action of the 2017 Bill Beaumont Cup final. The referee's whistle goes, it's all over, and there are your champions. Lancashire 19, Cornwall 8. The hat-trick dream will have to wait for Cornwall. Lancashire once again imperious at this level. Their 24th county championship win in their 34th county championship final. They take a 5-1 lead in finals over Cornwall. It didn't have the glitz and glamour of past finals, but it was a real battle out there. Cornwall edged the opening 40 minutes, but following Anthony Bingham's try early in the second half, there was only going to be one winner. Lancashire crossed the whitewash a further 2 times in that second 40 minutes. And let's have a look at the tries. The first came from George Jones as Cornwall looked to impose themselves at the set piece. It was at the end of a sustained period of pressure inside the Lancashire 22. Before Lancashire had even had the opportunity to remotely impose themselves. It's good discipline from the Cornwall pack. Patience eventually prevailed, and the Penryn blindside flanker manages to dot the ball down. From then on, Cornwall were cruising. Shepherd added a penalty. Then the half-time whistle came at the right time for Lancashire, and there's man of the match, Scott Armstrong, getting away, freeing the hands. Bingham still had lots to do. Had to beat Notman, had to beat Shepherd, managed to use their momentum to get himself over. Then Lancashire kept coming.
Okay, mate.
This was Burton. Scott Rawlings, another candidate for man of the match, managed to get Scott Armstrong in, so 2 assists for the right winger. Burton Wood in the right place at the right time, and an excellent finish from the front rower. And once again, Lancashire were able to use the width. 10, 12 and 13 all getting their hands on the ball before Lewis Allen released Scott Armstrong. 2 assists and a try for the filed number 14, and that was how it ended. Lancashire 19, Cornwall 8. Great show of respect between the 2 teams there in the traditional tunnel. And it'll be Cornwall who make their way up the steps for their silver medals. Well, Dan Collier there at the back, showing his appreciation to all of his teammates. It wasn't to be for them today, but Trelawney's army still arrived en masse. Cornish flags, Cornish shirts. A real sight to behold here at Twickenham. They've averaged 3,500, so many more than everyone else in the county championship. Brilliant, brilliant support for one of English rugby's powerhouses. Jake Murphy, the captain, the first to receive his silver medal from Bill Beaumont himself. Tony Whittle, strong and tough in the line-out. Sam Matavesi, the Royal Navy open side flanker, couldn't add to his 3 tries in the competition. Cornwall all having to walk past the Bill Beaumont Cup. Tom Notman, Chris Fuka received their medals. Jack Alton tried and tried from scrum half. Tommy Phillips there nursing a wounded right arm. Wish him a speedy recovery with that. And his Redruth front row partners Craig Williams and Richard Brown the next to receive their medals. And to the victors, the spoils. We've just had a lovely shot of the trophy that they'll shortly be lifting for the 24th time. Lancashire with their first win here for 3 years. It was defeat to Cornwall in 2015. They didn't even make the final last year as Cheshire edged them out before they fell to the Cornish sword. Lewis Allen, Dan Birchall, Steve Collins, the first to turn and face us. He made a monumental difference. Gave Lancashire more speed, more direction. Big smile on the face of Connor Wilkinson as well. He got on towards the end. Reece Tomlinson, the big second rower, shakes the hand of Bill Beaumont. Chairman, of course, of World Rugby these days. And there's the red rose of Lancashire. Draped with pride in front of the team that once again are victorious here on the grandest of stages. Captain Evan Stewart, the open side flanker, tasted victory here, tasted defeat here. But today, it is the sweet, sweet taste of success for Evan Stewart and for Lancashire. The 2017 Bill Beaumont Division 1 champions once again. An excellent performance and a real show of control and composure and ultimately glory. Lancashire are the Bill Beaumont Cup champions.